It was the galaxy's deadliest poison, until humans put it on their food and called it spicy best. HFY Stories. The Galactic Medical Council had many fears, but none rattled them more than Compound X-17, biochemical toxin so potent that a single milligram could incapacitate a fully grown Vroxian war beast. To most species, it was synonymous with instant respiratory failure and systemic shock. Entire planets had been quarantined over traces of it. Naturally, humans ate it. Not intentionally, at first at least. That's what the Council optimistically assumed. But optimism, as they soon learned, was a dangerous lens through which to view humanity. 1. The Discovery Ambassador Ketfrey of the Krell Dominion sat trembling in the Earth Embassy's cafeteria, staring down at the tray placed before him. It smelled violent. The fumes alone were enough to make his throat tighten. Across from him sat Dr. Maria Gonzalez, human biochemist and enthusiastic volunteer chef for Interstellar Friendship Lunch Day. Go on, Maria beamed. It's mild. You'll barely feel it. Kitavora's frills curled in horror. This is the neurotoxin X-17. You cannot expect me to ingest a weapon of war. Maria blinked. Weapon of O. You mean capsaicin? She laughed. We put this in everything. Salsa, curry, ramen, hot wings. Kitavora was visibly dying. Hot wings? Yep. Humans love spicy food. Kitavora recoiled. Humans voluntarily consume chemical irritants for pleasure. Maria frowned, puzzled. Well, yeah, it's fun. Kitavora wrote in his report later that day, was evidently a human synonym for self-inflicted suffering that would kill any other species. 2. The incident for months. Rumors spread across the Galactic Council. Humans weren't just immune to X-17, they sought it out. Worse, they cultivated increasingly weaponized strains of it on purpose. A panicked conference was called. Representatives of 32 star systems gathered, murmuring nervously as they watched the humans enter, with casual smiles and questionable beverages labeled hot sauce, maximum heat. The Vroxian delegate leaned toward her neighbor. Why do they carry poison in decorative bottles? Because, whispered the Kaler scientist, they consume it recreationally. The room collectively shuddered. Counselor Travaux finally spoke. We summon the human delegation to explain the alarming reports that your species consumes X-17 willingly and has even industrialized its production. Human Representative Tobias Reed stepped forward, holding a burrito. Oh yeah, that's true. And this does not kill you? Travaux asked, horrified. Tobias took a large bite of the burrito, winced, and said between gasps, "It hurts like hell, but that's the point." The council screamed. 3. The medical tests. Naturally, the galaxy had to know how. What allowed humans to survive continuous exposure to a biochemical irritant that caused neural overload in nearly every known species? A research partnership was established. Dr. Cyrenek, chief xenobiologist of the Umar Collective, conducted the first controlled test. He placed a minuscule, sterilized droplet of capsaicin onto a thin protein film designed to replicate human tissue. The protein reacted violently, but stabilized. Confused, he asked a human volunteer, "Could you describe the sensation of this compound?" The volunteer shrugged. "It's like pain, but tasty." Cyrenek genuinely thought humans were malfunctioning. More tests followed. Instead of collapsing into shock, the humans' bodies released endorphins, adrenaline, and dopamine. Their physiology rewarded them for surviving poison. It was the equivalent of a species eating venom and then getting a coupon for free dessert. It's a biological symphony of madness, Cyronic whispered. They have evolved a positive feedback loop for ingesting danger. 4. The challenge despite their horror. Other species were curious. Some wanted to understand humans better. Some wanted to appear brave. Some, tragically, wanted to impress their human friends. This led to the Great Galactic Chili Challenge, held aboard the neutral station Havenreach. Rules were simple. Consume 1 drop of capsaicin concentrate. Remain conscious for 10 seconds. Do not cry. Spectators packed the arena. Human chef Riley Jones prepared the test substance, wearing gloves, goggles, and a t-shirt that read, "Warning, spicy." The contestants stepped forward. A Ruderan warrior, a Krell diplomat, a Kaler scientist, and a human teenager who entered for fun. Riley presented the droplet. The Ruderan sniffed it and immediately fainted. The Krell touched it with the tip of a utensil and screamed 3 times before requesting diplomatic asylum on the nearest ice planet. The Kalar took one look at the human teenager bouncing excitedly and resigned from the event entirely. The teenager swallowed the droplet, exhaled like a dying dragon, stamped their feet, and said, "Oh, that's awesome, can I have more?" The Galactic Council officially banned the chili challenge that afternoon. 5. The cultural confusion. Once the initial shock wore off, alien anthropologists became fascinated. Humans didn't just tolerate danger, they curated it. The galaxy observed, bewildered, as humanity categorized toxins into flavors: mild, pleasant warmth; medium, acceptable suffering; hot, uncomfortable but enjoyable; extra hot, temporary regret; nuclear, why would you do this; hellfire, call an ambulance but also get milk. Entire alien cultures were baffled by humanity's gleeful relationship with pain. Meanwhile, humans began exporting hot sauces across the galaxy, labeling them with friendly warnings such as, "Not for non-humans, seriously, Dante, try this. You will die, humans only, and maybe not even all of them." 6. The realization. Eventually, the council convened again, not out of fear but understanding. Councillor Travaux addressed the assembly. Humans are not immune to pain. They simply learned to embrace it, to transform it into strength, community, and cuisine. He gestured to the human delegation, who were happily eating chips dipped in salsa that smoked ominously. In their hands, even poison becomes culture. Even suffering becomes celebration. The delegates murmured in agreement. For the first time, the galaxy saw capsaicin not as a weapon, but as a symbol of human resilience. 7. The legend. Years later, the story became galactic legend. The deadliest poison, conquered not by antidote, but by appetite. Humans, the galaxy learned, were a species that did not fear the burn of the universe. They tasted it, they rated it, they put it on their food and asked for seconds. And somewhere, in a quiet Earth kitchen, Dr. Maria Gonzalez flipped another sizzling pan of chilies and smiled. "Spicy," she whispered, "is just another word for fun."